Alright, Brush Monkeys, we are back, and this is going to be a fairly short video because these figures are small and they're not going to take very long to paint. They're going to be mostly painted with contrast paints and the airbrush. But I am stupid excited about these because, and I can't believe my local game store, Tabletop, I feel like kind of dropped the ball on this because I run a YouTube channel called Flying Monkey Studios, right? It's named after the flying monkeys in The Wizard of Oz. How you not going to let me know when you have flying monkey miniatures in stock? I got winged monkeys from Bones, Reaper Bones. Makes a set of 3 winged monkeys. So I'm going to be painting up. So, 40 videos into this, I'm going to be painting up flying monkeys for Flying Monkey Studios. And I've got a cool paint scheme planned out for these guys that I think is going to be really interesting. I'm going to start out airbrushing this Vallejo steel metal color on there. It's a really nice reflective metallic airbrush paint. I'm going to base coat them all in that, and then I'm going to dry brush them with Necron compound to get those nice highlights out of there. Then I'm going to go with Guilliman flesh on the face, hands, and feet of these guys. Basilicanum gray over the bodies, and I'm hoping what's going to happen with painting these contrast paints over the metallics is it's going to give kind of a metallic sheen to the contrast paints. So while I'm painting Guilliman flesh on the face, for example, I'll still have that metallic look underneath it, and it'll make it look like kind of a metallic flesh color. And same with the Basilicanum gray, I'll make a very dark steel color. And then last but not least, I'm going to do Flesh Terror's red over the wings themselves. So the wings will be nice dark metallic red. And then I've got the Gray Seer base that's meant to be used with the contrast paints that I'll use to touch up the base, any place where the metallic oversprays a little bit onto the base, on the rocks and this texture that I've got on there, just to smooth that out again, so you don't have a metallic basing on it. I've just got the metallic monkey on a regular base. Then I'm going to use Basilicanum gray again on the rock that they're standing on, and then the Dark Angels green contrast paint on the texture paint itself, which you might remember my basing with contrast paints. I did this little kind of base. I think this is going to look really good with the monkeys, and that's the green Dark Angels green texture paint. Then maybe put a tuft or two on there as well for each one of these guys. Then I'm going to base their eyes with Army Painter matte white before finally painting them in with Flash Gets yellow. And I think that with that dark metallic face to them, that Flash Gets yellow, I think is going to stand out really nicely for their eyes. I think they're going to look really nice, but again, being with mostly contrast paints, I don't think it's going to take a terribly long time to paint them. So I'm going to pause here now and get that airbrush base down on them and dry brush, and then we'll come back and start in on them. Alright, so we'll see you soon. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're making progress here. I've got the Guilliman flesh on the faces and underbellies here, and I've got the Basilicanum gray on the rest of the body, so they're looking pretty good. And then I got the red on the wings. That Flesh Terror's red goes on a little bit thick, but it leaves a nice dark red metallic color on there, so that looks pretty good. So now I've got a little bit of the Gray Seer on my wet palette here, and all I'm going to do is if you can see this, there's a little bit of overspray on the bases. Well, okay, there's a lot of overspray on the bases where the metallic paint ended up places that I don't really want to be metallic. So we're going to use a Gray Seer, which is one of the Gray Seer and Wraithbone are the two colors that were meant to be the base coats for the contrast paints. And I'm just kind of gonna go around the feet of these guys. Just like that. Just touch that up a little bit. I'm going to do the rocks with this one, and then I'm going to switch to a larger brush to do the texture, because it's going to need to be slopped on there pretty thick. But well, the texture may not need a whole lot of it. I'll go ahead and do that with this. And then once this is done, and we let this dry a little bit, then we'll come back and do the green contrast paint on the base. And probably I'm going to do the Basilicanum gray on the rocks. And I thought about doing the gray cere on the base and then doing Basilicanum gray on the body and the rocks, but I decided to go ahead and do them as two separate steps. It's not going to be that big a deal. So that was the first one. And then I'll go do the second two, and we'll come back and take a look at them. All right. All right. See you soon. All right. I'm back. As you can see, the stones have been painted the Basilicanum gray, and I've put the green. The Dark Angels green contrast paint on the texture, so I'm just waiting for that to dry. And I don't know if you can see it or not on that camera. I could barely see it without the magnifiers being flipped down. But I've painted the eyes on them too. So aside from painting the base bands, sticking these guys on a cork and painting up those base bands, these guys are pretty much done. So get my corks out here. Like I said, when the texture paint on the bases dries, I will glue some tufts on. I'm using the Army Painter Battlefield's XP Swamp Tufts. I'll be using some of probably the smaller ones on these guys because they're kind of tiny. And then I'm going to paint the base bands with the De La Rowney FW black ink. And once these guys are done, once all that's done, I'm going to call them done. Everybody ready for a shot with the matte seal and be good to go. Like I said, I know this is going to be a short video, but you know, that's not bad for an afternoon's worth of work. We'll just let those last contrast paints dry. The Basilicanum gray over the metallic looks really good. It's a nice metallic black there. The Flesh Tearers red looks really good over the metallic. It was a little thicker than I thought. I think I may have to get some of the contrast medium to work with this stuff, because the Flesh Tearers red is quite a bit thicker than the Blood Angels red. It's darker, but it's thicker too, and it kind of came across like painting with the Blood for the Blood God technical. So I may have to get some medium for that. But yeah, I'm going to take one more break to let these guys dry off, and then I'll paint the base bands and matte seal them, and then we'll glue the tufts on, and I'm calling them done. So be back in a little bit. Bye. Alright, the flying monkeys are finished. The base band is done. They're all matte sealed, and now I'm just putting the tufts on them. And like I said, I'm using the Army Painter Swamp Tufts. I'm just using little ones because they're kind of, I mean, they're small figures, so it's not, I don't have to use really huge tufts. Just, there you go. A little spot like that, and he's looking pretty good. And kind of have to change up where the tufts are going on each of these guys, so they're not all in the same place, obviously. Give them a little variety. Of course, it also kind of depended on how I put them on the base, didn't it? There we go. Now, Hopefully that's not picking up the radio in the background. There we go. So there you have it. The flying monkeys are done. Take them off their little cork bases here. And I'm going to call those done. That was a fun little experiment. I still can't believe Tabletop didn't let me know they had Flying Monkey miniatures in for Flying Monkey Studios. But, you know, stuff happens. They got a lot of customers, not just me, so it's all good. All's forgiven, Tabletop. So the Flying Monkeys are done. I'm still thinking I kind of don't want to just put them up on the Instagram page and call it done and call it, you know, available for anyone who wants to buy them. I kind of want to do something cool with these guys, like some kind of contest or drawing or something. So if you have any ideas for something I could do with these guys, comment below and let me know what you think I ought to do to make giving these guys away something special, because I kind of want to do something neat with them rather than just add them to the stack of minis. So let me know what you think, and if you like the video, comment below on what you want to see on future videos. Hit subscribe to get future videos. Hit like on the video, all that kind of fun stuff, and I will see you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like. If you want to find out when new videos get posted, click subscribe. Comment below on what you want to see on future videos. Visit our Patreon site for lots of ways that you can support me in doing what I do. You can also visit our Instagram and Facebook pages to see all the miniatures that I paint on this channel, and see how you can get your hands on one of your own. So thanks a lot for your time, and thanks for watching my videos, and I will see you guys later. Bye.